When I heard from Father Kemp that there were positions open on the working group, it really excited me to be part of this group, seeing that President DeJoya had committed a certain amount of university effort and resources to this effort of better understanding Georgetown's historical relationship to slavery. I thought that there were lots to learn. Being an old university like Georgetown, founded in 1789, we know that slavery wasn't abolished in America until 1865. So looking at that history was something that I thought I could bring a good voice to, and then reconciling that, making amends, putting Georgetown in a better place was something that I really was excited to be a part about. I think my role as a student on this working group was very important. The role of students as a whole, as a community, was important to our work because not only from the student protest side and active engagement in all of our events throughout the year, but students really helped to shape the way we looked at the role of the working group in the context of the university community. Students were really active in bringing to light issues, bringing to light recommendations for names, recommendations for memorializing the enslaved persons who toiled at Georgetown University. So students really were a main stakeholder in this process, I would say. One of the really meaningful parts of the work of the working group was the recommendations phase. So after a whole year of work with events and archive work and research and speaking to different university stakeholders, speaking to universities across the country, we were then forced to look at the recommendations phase. And I think I saw this as the apex of our work. And what made it so meaningful was that this document, these recommendations, were going to guide the future of the work as we engaged with the descendants of slaves at Georgetown, as we engaged with issues of race and racism in this country. This was a guiding framework. So I think that phase was very meaningful to me, and I think we came out of that really proud of the work that we did. And learning more about slavery at Georgetown and slavery at institutions of higher education around the country, it really pushed me to commit towards racial justice work. Even today, as we see movements like Black Lives Matter addressing contemporary issues of racial oppression, it really made me see the direct connections between those over time. And that, although we can look back and say we need to reconcile slavery, we need to reconcile the past injustices, it also made me more focused on the current injustices that, Black people face, the current injustices that America imposes on certain communities. So that's what really impacted me, changed my experience. I would like to say that we put a lot of thought and debate into everything from the way the report was structured, whether it be bullet points or paragraphs, whether it was a narrative or just recommendations. We really put a lot of work from the beginning of the working group as to how we structure the conversation, and understanding that the way we structure the conversation is the way it has an impact on the way that people perceive it, or the way people perceive some of the issues presented. So I would like people to know that we were very thoughtful in putting it together and really went to great length to make sure that it was, of course, accurate as to Georgetown's history, but very contemplative and reflective on how we can move forward. I would just say it was a very diverse group of people that brought it together, not only diverse in profession, there were students, faculty, administrators, but there were also historians, there were artists, there were activists. So really people were approaching these issues from a variety of different perspectives, and allowed us to really leave no questions off the table. So rest assured that our discussions were very frank, and they were really looking at getting to the root of the issue and the root of this history.